this. I think that this particular honor is so fitting for the Avett Brothers. Anytime somebody hears the words lifetime achievement applied to anyone or anything, we think of a later in life honor. But this is a lifetime achievement acknowledgement that is specifically for performance. And what the Avett Brothers lack in years, they have, no offense, more than made up for in miles. If you take a look at the odometer on those boys, it basically says they're in their 90s. Old dudes. Where are they? Hiding out back there, something like that. I personally followed this ragtag family band around the country for years, opening up the show and being given the sacred honor of singing the last verse of Murder in the City. Are you familiar with that song? So good. When I would sing it, I would say, make sure my wife knows that I loved her. Make sure my daughters know the same. And always remember, there is nothing worth sharing like the love that let us share our name. They platformed me and allowed me to acknowledge my wife and children in times and places where it felt like a bit of a risk for them. And for that and way too many things to list here, I will always be grateful to them and honestly a little bit in awe. And then we did all that before I could even be legally married. And that's how revolutionary Avett Brothers have been in their performance. Bob, Joe, Seth, Tanya, Bonnie, Mike, and Scott. No one puts a show on like you folks. You are a meditation in chaos, fidelity, and the edge of your seat, anything can go wrong feeling that defines great rock and roll. And at the same time, you radiate the sincerity of a sermon. Performance isn't a big enough word to define what it is that you do together on stage. You're transcendent. Live music is probably the cornerstone of this band, but the Avett Brothers have released 18 works into the world in just over 20 years. 18 works. You know how lazy that makes me feel? And it should make us all go. But albums, live albums, and singles, and the way that they integrate visual art into what they do musically, it sets the bar frustratingly high for their fellow touring bands. Believe me, I can't pick a tour poster or a t-shirt without comparing the artwork to what the Avett Brothers would approve of. It's an impossible standard, and I'm honestly not okay with it. For those of you who might not know, in fact, I'm such an admirer that I somehow convinced Scott to paint me for the cover of my album, By the Way I Forgive You, which is so cool. You're a brilliant painter, Scott. You live in a box of paints, just like somebody else I know. And that's right. And Seth, your solo work is so beautiful that it haunts me constantly, and I feel a kindred spirit to the way you honor and respect your heroes and the undersung, like Elliott Smith or Greg Brown. Of all the things I admire about your band, though, the Avett Brothers, it's the time that you've put into taking your joy on that long, hard road. It's that you share it with an aching world when it has not always been easy. Your band has weathered many storms together just so that you could be a band of the people. In the words of your grandfather, Plague Avett, for all the people. You've been peddling your wares in all the places that the great travelers of the past mapped out for generations of low-key musical prophets. Prophecy turned revelry. You are the true evangeli, and beautiful are the feet who bring good news. May you continue to bring good news to all of us for many years to come. Congratulations to my beloved Avett Brothers for a lifetime achievement in performance.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Brandi. That's so sweet. I was just telling someone this week how pretty of feet I have. Really. That I keep them covered. I keep slides on them as much as possible to keep them. And they're pretty. They're pretty feet. I was thinking earlier that, at some point, and I think Brandi can understand this from us, at some point you stop doing this. You stop doing this this thing, and really early for us, we stopped doing it, and it just started doing us in a way. And I would just say that I would pray that we let it do us, and that we answer that call in a way that honors all the people that ride with us and take care of us and do this with us, which includes this community as well. And we're very grateful for that, and we hope it keeps doing us, and we hope we can keep answering that call for another lifetime. Yeah.
This is a community, right? Americana, it's a genre, it's a refuge, it's a community, and can't believe that we've all been on this journey together. I can't believe a guy from Jersey is standing up here with these guys and all of you, and it's just a great honor.
And I was having the thought earlier when we were on the red carpet, and what a fun concept for Americana music to have a red carpet. I was thinking about how it would be so natural and feel so natural when you're put into a musical category to want to get out, if someone calls you rock and roll, I'm not just that, call you country. Well, yeah, that's me, but that's not only me. I'm other things as well. And it seems like there are so many labels that would be put upon you that you would be struggling, or we would certainly be struggling to free ourselves of at the first opportunity given. But every question about Americana leads me back to the reality that we're so lucky to be called that, and it's such a beautiful inclusion, and we don't ever want out. And thank you for letting us in. Thank you.
And now I get the great pleasure of introducing one of my favorite all-time bands, the Avett Brothers.